Hi, I'm Kyung Lee, the Executive Director of Nutley School of Music. Today we have some great news to share with you, and you can learn all about it with this interview with Jon B of JB Tutoring. I'm here with Jon.
Hello, Jon B
From JB Tutoring,
Yep.
and we're starting a new program for our students and students in the area, whoever is interested in building their tutoring.
Right, academics,
Yeah,
right, that's what I
building their
said. Test prep,
academic
academics, right.
So that's our big news. So we're gonna roll it out as early as probably December, or even sooner if you'd like to try out some free sessions with Jon. So I'd like to ask this question for you: what problems are we solving? Who do we serve?
Right, yeah, I think we serve pretty much mostly, like I always say, first grade through 12th grade. Predominantly, it ends up being middle schoolers and high schoolers. With high schoolers, it tends to be test prep, so SAT, ACT work. For middle schoolers, it tends to be more homework help, and really in preparation. High school is really when it starts to count, especially with your GPA, that stays with you the whole time, versus middle school. But making sure you're working out those issues before you get to high school is important to making sure that they don't have a freshman year that's bringing them down for the last 3 years.
Okay.
The problems that we really solve are helping the kids get into a school that they're trying to get into a major they're trying to get into, a scholarship, and even like a lot of schools, if you're talking about high school, there's private schools that have admission requirements. So even prepping in middle school can help them get into some local private school. But that's a lot of what we help with their kids. Even confidence building, social skills, that just kind of come along with the sessions, I think, is what the problems we solve.
We do meet parents and students that are trying to get into local high schools that are hard to get into. So
Right.
that will come in handy. Start in 7th grade.
Yeah,
At
exactly.
the latest.
Yeah, probably.
Right.
7th or 8th grade, yeah. You don't want to be in a crunch.
Yeah. And you said homework help is available
Yeah, absolutely.
for younger age
Yeah,
groups.
most of the time, yeah, for the younger age groups. And even test prep too, like those high schools very often will give out like the topics that are on it. So even if we were targeting test prep towards this, like a private high school, that's definitely something I could offer. But yeah, typically it's working with the students for homework help. So it's usually going over their homework. A lot of times even communicating with the teacher, right? Very often I'll communicate with the teacher to make sure that there's a good understanding of what to do. And then giving them additional supplement work that's based around that, usually around the weaknesses in the area of work that they're trying to get better at.
I see, that's great. What is the offer today?
What is the offer today?
Yeah, what are we offering?
I mean, I think definitely like we can give a free session to any of the students that attend the Nutley School of Music.
Okay,
I think
great.
to start, for sure. And of course, even a free consultation, really. If you just want to come in and have a conversation, you're more than welcome to schedule that, and I'll stop by. And we can just talk about what your goals are, your aspirations with your kid, and where you really want them to be, and where you see them in maybe 2 years or 4 years or however forward looking we are, and just making sure that that's something that we can deliver as a service to them. I think is what we could offer today.
You also have like an assessment that you can do for free, or is it?
Yeah, so for the high schoolers that are coming in for test prep, I have an assessment that really breaks down all of their weaknesses when you're talking about focusing for like the SAT or ACT, both on the math side and on the reading and writing side. I have something for them.
That's great. So how do we contact you?
Well, I think you could always go through, we'll have some contact at the Nutley School of Music, and then even if we have like a QR code on the video or however, we could always, you can go through there and it'll take you to a form that you could fill out, and that'll go straight to me, and then I'll usually reach out to you, usually same day, usually get back to you pretty quickly.
That's good. Do you have any success story with one of your students that did make a big difference, or they felt more confident? Or
And of course, success stories are always variable depending on what you're talking about. If we talk about academically, I know there was a kid that was really pushing to get into Stevens. He was really looking to try and get into the engineering program at Stevens. And he came in with a decent score, but not Stevens ready score.
Okay.
And I worked with him and he was super happy to get into Stevens. I actually saw him after he got in at the gym, of all places. I met him at the gym again. And I was able to talk to him about it. And yeah, he was super happy. Like, he absolutely loved being at Stevens. And so I was really happy I was able to give him the academic stuff. And then even on the social side, there were things that when I saw him after, of things that I had said that he remembered and resonated with. So I think that helped him in a lot of ways too. And then I've even had situations where I've had kids that maybe weren't so academically inclined or even focused. And honestly, I've talked them through a lot of situations about just like, one wanting to like potentially join the military. And, that was actually a great thing to mention because people who, he might not be interested in getting a good score on the SAT, but when you go into the military, you have to take the ASVAB, which is a test they give you to place where you're going to be in the military. That's very heavily math dependent.
Okay.
So, there's benefits to these things for these students, and at least for him, I was able to connect with him on that and build some motivation for him to work forward with that. So those are probably the ones that I can think of that really stand out, that were unique and interesting.
That's great. So, very excited to start this venture
Yeah, I'm very
together,
excited.
and do check us out. We're gonna show our
QR code.
QR code or website to find out more about it. So do take advantage